The ongoing rescue operation to get to 13 of those trapped miners at the Sago Mine in West Virginia, and to get a better idea now of some of the stress the miners' families could be feeling right now. I'm joined by Kathleen Hall, president of the Stress Institute, author of Life in Balance, someone who has been exposed to the coal mining industry through her own family. Kathleen, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Paula.
We heard Kimberly Osias's heartbreaking report at the top of this hour, sort of describing this emotional roller coaster these families are on, where they get a glint of hope. Then they feel tremendous anger, and then some feel what they think might be a false sense of hope. How much stress are these families under as they wait for any word on the fate of their loved ones?
Well, Paula, this is about the most stress that any human could ever face in their life, to tell you the truth. These people deal with enormous chronic stress on a daily basis, these families do. Every day, knowing that your father, your husband is going down into these mines. But this is one of the most horrible things that you try to repress, something you never want to think about, has happened to these people. So they are under incredible stress, and chronic stress is very, very, very serious. But we have to see, again, we're holding out hope, so we have to see what happens to these families.
You just used the word hope, which we have heard a number of people involved in the rescue operations, as well as family members, continue to say. We hope, we're hoping for a miracle, we believe miracles can happen. How important is hope in all of this as these families endure now some 36-plus hours of waiting?
Hope is incredibly powerful, Paula. It's incredibly powerful that they are there gathered together as a family, as a community, and as a team. And there's also a physiology, there's a biology to hope. Literally, we create 100,000 chemical reactions a second in our brain. Very powerful what we think. The placebo effect, which is how you think or believe in something, is as much as 40%. So the hope that these people have is tremendously powerful right now.
The hope may be powerful, but the fear has got to be just as palpable. How realistic do you think these family members must be each time they're called to this Baptist church to be told there might be more information on the fate of their loved ones?
Well, I think it's kind of like being in the ocean and having one little white life preserver, and you hold on to that life preserver, and you hold on to it and hold on to it, which is hope. And then every time that they're called back into the church, I think that they let go of it for a few moments, and it may slide 3 to 4 feet away from them, but the minute they don't get news, they hold on to it again. So right now, it's every single thing they have. I know after working with critically ill people, Paula, in unbelievable dire circumstances for almost 2 decades, hope is a very powerful thing. Whatever happens, God forbid, whatever happens, happens. At least they have this time of hope and power that they are drawing together on strength.
And one can only imagine how these rescuer workers are dealing with all of this. Just a final thought on what they endure as they try to save these 13 men.
Absolutely. They have got every single chemical in their body pumping for hope, trying through unbelievable odds against them. We'll see later, you know, depending on the circumstances afterwards, a lot of them will feel all kinds of guilt or anger or fear. But we know that right now, hope is what is driving them past eating, past sleeping, and that tremendous community effort that they have together is very, very powerful right now.
Well, the governor of West Virginia repeated some of what you've just said, saying we will continue the search as long as hope remains, and hope does remain tonight. Kathleen Hall, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate your insights.
Thank you.
Again, we are awaiting word tonight on the rescue team trying to reach the 13 trapped coal miners in West Virginia. We are told they are making progress, that they could be as close to 1,000 feet away from where they believe these miners might be trapped. We are going to break into our programming the moment there is something new to tell you. Please don't go away. We'll be right back.